transition us now right into our next amazing presenter, who is Amanda. Amanda and I met because I am fortunate enough to be in her district twice a week and do tech integration when I'm there. And she was one of those that raised her hand when we were asking in the middle of a pandemic to do this global impactor program with the Digital Citizenship Institute. And she not only embraced the idea, but she far surpassed our expectations and did some pretty amazing things. If you were on at the very beginning, you heard us say that we have given, or the Digital Citizenship Institute has awarded her the Educator Award for the work that she's been doing. But we want to turn it over to her so she can share with us what it means to be a DIGCIT Global Impactor, and then her work with Pure Water for the World. So take it away, Amanda.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is a pretty incredible platform that we're working with a lot of very talented people, so it's exciting to connect with everyone. I work for Queensbury Middle School in upstate New York. Our mission statement, part of it says that we want our students to contribute to the global community. So I had to step back and think, how can I get 12-year-old kids that maybe haven't even been to Albany, how do I get them to contribute to the global community? So one of the first things I found was freerice.com. I'm going to just put this in the chat. This is a great website. If you haven't used it before, this website, every question you get right, you donate 5 grains of rice to the UN World Hunger Association. So it's a really easy way to become a global impactor with just one click of a mouse. But my students during the pandemic, water really became important in washing your hands, and every single one of my students carries around a hydro flask full of clean water and hand sanitizer. So during the pandemic, when they realized how important hygiene was and to wash your hands and how important it was to have water, we started working with a nonprofit organization in Rutland, Vermont. It's called Pure Water for the World. On World Water Day, which is March 22nd, my students started to do a little research on their website, and they learned that 2.2 billion people around the world lack access to clean water. So that's 1 out of every 4 people do not have access to safe drinking water. So what that means is 700 kids under the age of 5 are going to die today because they don't have water. Pure Water for the World works very closely with Honduras as well as Haiti. I'm a Spanish teacher, so we work a lot with Honduras. They have plenty of water in Honduras, but where these communities are located, there is no electricity, they don't have plumbing, they don't have running water. So they're getting their water from local streams, rivers, the lakes, and then the kids are drinking the water and it's making them sick because it's contaminated with bacteria. So we understood the problem, and Pure Water for the World had the solution. That's a bio sand filter, and Pure Water for the World works directly with schools in Honduras and with the families. So they bring not only the bio sand filters, which can filter the water so that the children are no longer getting sick, but they also bring hygiene education, as well as like biologists and scientists that will go and test the bio sand filters to make sure they're still working. And the best part of all of this is, like, we understand the problem, there's a solution, and it's affordable. It's $300. For $300, we can provide a water filtration system for an entire family that will last for generations to come. So once we realized how easy it was to help and we knew how to help, I kind of put it in my students' hands, and Pure Water for the World asked us to raise awareness. So we used Flipgrid, and my students created videos just to share their knowledge that they had learned with the world, because I think we were all pretty shocked that 1 in 4 people around the world today don't have access to clean water. So we started an awareness campaign. Then my students started to create posters, and they started reaching out to local organizations to tell them about our project and what we were trying to do. I had another student this year. He went on to Pure Water for the World's website, and he created his own fundraiser. So then we were able to share a digital fundraiser with the world. Then I had my students, they presented at our Board of Education meeting so that they could tell our Board of Education what we were doing in class. And that was really powerful because the kids really were the experts then. And they were really teaching our Board of Education members about our needs. And at the end of the presentation, we had board members that were literally taking the posters that they had created off from our presentation board. They had their cell phones out. They were screenshotting our websites. They were donating. So it was really powerful. And working with Dr. Mary Alice, our students became great digital citizens. And then she's amazing. If you haven't worked with her and Lori have really transformed my classroom. So I am very, very appreciative of them. They started connecting me with other teachers, and I started to work with Eugenia, who is joining us today, and she's the DIGCIT for Latin America. So we learned a little bit about connecting with the world, but now today my students are working with a 5th grade class in Mexico, and we're learning about their water struggles, and we're talking about how we use water in New York, and then how we were able to connect with Honduras and really make a big impact. My students raised almost $1,000 this year. I think we're up to $934, but our local Rotary Club and a hospital in Texas that my students reached out to are willing to match our funds. So our impact will be even greater. So, and I really think the lessons that these students are learning, they're connecting to the world, but they're really understanding some of the most basic needs. So Eugenia, if you want to talk a little bit about the project that we're working on in Mexico with these students in Monterrey, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, thank you, Amanda. And I'm so excited to be part of this. And I just want to share a little bit of my screen just to make sure. Okay, great. So it's this one. Okay, so we are working together with Amanda with a school in Monterrey in Mexico, because right now our water struggle is like really, really bad. We have water cuts. We have a totally different way of lifestyle in our everyday life. So it was totally powerful to compare, to bring to get these students together from 2 parts of the world. And that's what digital citizenship looks in action, to bring all this conversation to no matter which subject you are teaching, no matter what you are doing with your students, you can bring digital citizenship right there, because Amanda is a Spanish teacher and she is doing something to promote change, to promote that their students have an impact. So that's what we are trying to do, or what we're doing right now with the school right here in Monterrey, Mexico. That's Instituto DIGCIT, which I think that they're around here joining us also. And they are working on and bringing all this awareness to the students in New York, because right now you can see those pictures. Those are our dams right here in Monterrey compared to the schools in New York, which has a lot of water, which raining is every day. So we haven't had rain around here since months. So the situation is pretty alarmed. And to bring this awareness in both parts of the teaching lessons, because the teacher right here in Mexico is teaching English and Amanda is teaching Spanish, and also bringing this powerful conversation to bring an impact to the world. That's absolutely awesome. So that's about what we are doing in the digital citizenship, is to bring in layers. No matter where you are, we start the conversation. If you don't have like anything on digital citizenship right now in your curriculum, you can bring it on, no matter where.
I think it's been a really eye-opening experience for my students and myself. And it's been it's made my classroom come alive. It really has made Spanish important, but also the fact that they can help people all around the world, right from upstate New York, has been very powerful. So I think these are lessons that they'll always remember.
Yeah, totally. And I'm absolutely one. I saw the kids asking your kids questions about how they have fun, how they go water sliding, how they, during winter, all the activities that are so different around here in Monterey. So that's absolutely a life experience that they are having.
I have to add that I was lucky. I was fortunate enough for this year to join in and see the 2 classrooms. And I mean, I am not fluent in a language. If I had an opportunity, if I had a teacher like you, Amanda, I think, you know, to learn a language, but to do it in such a meaningful way, I could have a shot at you know, being fluent in another language. So what you were doing and how you were embedding these skills and concepts into your Spanish classroom, this is what, you know, can be done. This shows us that it doesn't matter what grade, how old or how young or what your content is, this can happen. But to see your students practicing, they'd come to up to the camera and they were practicing their Spanish, and then to see the classroom in Mexico come up and they are practicing their English, and that universal message and that humanness, that idea of, you know, that we're connecting with other humans across that screen. It was so powerful. And I'm just, it's been a great honor to really watch you continue to make such an impact, not just in your own community, but that ripple effect in local, global, and digital communities. So thank you. Thank you for joining us today, sharing your story, and really inspiring us all.
Thank you very much.
I know that we are, today was supposed to be that like conversations, great conversations, making those connections, building community. We hope that you will continue to talk in that chat, because we don't want this to be like this is just the start. We want to continue this conversation.